Friends, if you're looking for real old school laughs, you're in for a treat because we've got them right here. Flip City Magazine. Remember Mad Magazine? Then it went woke? Well, don't worry. Flip City has no chance of going woke. That's right. 4 times a year, you'll get an actual printed magazine full of jokes, stories, comics, and more, all about today's pop culture, entertainment, and woke politics. Flip City takes terrible entertainment trends we love to hate with hilarious parodies of Lord of the Rings, Stranger Things, The Walking Dead, Star Trek, Hunters, and more. Trust me when I say there is nothing else like Flip City on the market. So subscribe today. It will be delivered in print, or you can even get it digitally if you're one of those wacky Zoomers. Either way, follow our link and sign up today, and if you put in midnight, you get an extra 10% off. Check out Flip City Magazine today.
Uh-oh.
And we get our musical interlude from Tom.
What do I have to do? What do I have to say? Yeah. What do I have to go through to make this bitch go away? Well, every morning that I get up, I see the news on the Twitter. They say that they're finally giving up. Oh yeah. Sources say she's a quitter. Oh yeah, but she destroyed my galaxy far, far away. And made Willow go far, far astray. Well, now she's gone giving Indy a Viking funeral. What's next, ladies and gentlemen? Is it Howard the Duck, the musical? Oh no, it's nothing sacred, it's no one safe. Oh yeah, might as well give up, it's checkmate. I don't care what you say, you're such a liar. Kathleen Kennedy will never retire, yeah.
They will find a necromancer to animate her fucking corpse.
That's right. Go. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Tiny hands, tiny feet, tiny legs, but such a big heart. If I ever lost my little lover, I'd fall apart. You showed me a life I'll never forget, 'cause I'm in love. Yeah, I'm in love with a midget. Such a little package, but a whole lot of love. She may look up at me, but she's an angel from above. I'm in love with a midget. I'm in love with a midget. Yeah, midget. Yeah, with a midget. Yeah. Well, I love her from sundown to sunrise. I just can't get enough of her. Although she's fun size, she knows just how to do me right. Even at half the height, yeah. Such a little package, but a whole lot of love. She may look up at me, but she's an angel from above. I'm in love with a midget. Love with a midget. Love with a midget. A whole lot of love. I'm in love. I'm in love with a midget. I'm in love with a midget. Love with a midget, yeah. I'm just trying to be president, but I don't know where my medication went. I must have lost it when I fell up the stairs. Oh, those black kids really love my leg hair. So Brandon, go Brandon. crossed his legs and he ate ice cream. Oh yeah, shrimp and boat was his only dream. Oh yeah, we are all living the American dream. Did someone say ice cream? I hear voices, they tell me what to say. Oh, in my ear all damn day. Read the prompter, watch out for the pole. Snap, snipping that kid. Get your finger out of that hole. Falling up the stairs is harder than falling down. Falling up the stairs is harder than falling down. Falling up so much harder. Yeah, it's harder than falling down. Come on, man.
Excuse me, ma'am. No porn at the bar.
Oh, it's okay. I'm transgender.
Oh, I had no idea. Do whatever you want all the time.
Correctamundo. I got molested in a little boy's room.
Television highlights of the news of yesteryear.
It's that time, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the weekly wrap-up. The show about nothing and everything all at once. Good evening, good morning, good night, good afternoon, whatever it is where you is. I'm Tom Connors. That's Joe Biden. Because I didn't take this thing down. Christ. Hey, Culture, how you doing there?
I'm good. Wow.
Culture's here, Toxie's here. We got
Hey.
a toxic group of guys here already. Wow.
What's up with that?
Oh, and Andy's in the chat. I could send Andy the link. I should just add him to the group chat. Make it easier on myself.
Yeah, I got a new thing in the mail.
What'd you get in the mail?
I got
Not gonna touch that.
I got one of those low profile mic stand thingies. So I may start using
Oh
that.
wow.
Yeah.
I have
What-
my
what?
camera on that.
Yeah,
I
right now it has a
don't know.
light on it, but yeah.
I don't know. I haven't got
I'm
my
using
new
my mic
setup
being
yet.
over here. It's gonna be weird having it over here, but it'll be fine. It should be fine.
Oh
Interesting.
no, I didn't get much done today. I'm way behind on all the stuff that I needed to get done for what we were doing.
I hear you.
Culture.
I got to set aside enough time to watch 4 freaking more Mission
Oh, I don't
Impossible.
want. So, Mrs. Flu really wants to go see MI7. She sees them all. She loves them. The over the top action, all this stuff and everything. Right. I
Pretty
checked
good.
out at MI2. Okay.
Well, MI2 was not a great
Same
film.
here originally, Toxin.
Right,
That's
so
why I'm
what-
revisiting them now. Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is that when they go back to 3 or 4, they get really good. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, all right. But I'm told that in order to get what happens in MI7, I have to watch the previous 4 films. I'm not into that.
Well,
It needs to be standalone. You
don't-
should be able to explain all the important parts that happen previously in a film in the first 5 to 10 minutes.
I don't think that's going to be entirely true. I think you'll be able to
Good.
pick it up.
Okay, good. Because,
You'll be able to pick it up.
but
And
is this a 4-hour film?
No.
Okay.
it is
3
half
hours?
of a 4-hour film, though.
Yeah.
It is 2 hours. Okay, that's good.
Well, it's like
That's
2.5.
Yeah, it's like two. It's just under
Okay.
2.5 hours. But
It should be 90 minutes.
I agree with you. But
You're not wrong.
this is only part 1. This is the weirdest thing, right? So
Part 1 of 2 of 2, 2, 2.
2, 3.
and it's
three,
dude, it's
three,
I'm gonna say even your jaded little,
Five,
dried up
five,
crust of a
five,
heart,
five,
Toxic Man Flu is going to
six,
appreciate this film.
Well, I got through MI2 last night, and I didn't hate it as much as the first time.
Oh, I still hate it.
I don't like it,
hate watch movies.
but it's not like, it wasn't like, for some reason in my brain, the whole movie was like just nothing but doves and Tom Cruise in a leather jacket and long hair.
because of John Woo.
Yeah, but it's really only like a couple bits in the movie. Hey, Andy. And I was just like, okay, so it wasn't as obnoxious as I remember it being. And maybe it's just me because I'm so used to everything from Bayformers to the modernized stuff, it doesn't feel like the movie had ADHD as much as it did when I initially saw it. Does that make sense? Like the movie felt like it was very like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm on sugar. Whoa! Especially compared to De Palma's first one. Like when I saw the second one, I was just like, what the fuck were they on and how much cocaine was it? You know, like that's what the whole movie felt like, fueled by cocaine and doves.
Cocaine and doves and bears.
Bears?
my.
Where were their bears?
Andy's gone. Bye,
Andy
Andy.
Andy's having
disappeared. Bye,
issues,
Andy.
I think. I think he's having audio issues.
All right.
Oh, we got our
I'm
first
putting
super
audio.
chat from the man who's supposed to be here.
Oh,
Mexican
Mexican
Iron
Iron
Man.
Man.
I got a new thing for like super chats when people become members. Check this out, guys.
okay.
Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I gotta find the button. I forgot to remember. Thank you. Like a barbershop quartet.
Yes.
Why did
Okay.
you look like that, Culture?
It's similar to a bar quartet.
Look, it sucks, all right? It's the best I could do.
No,
Come
it's
up with
fine.
something better for me.
Okay, I'll record something for you.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Welcome back again, Andy.
Hey, Andy's back.
That was weird.
Wow, it was amazing.
Now we can hear you. Now
Yeah.
you're good.
Yeah, and you look great. You sound great.
Thank you.
He makes me feel bad because he looks so good.
I know. Yeah, he's young. He's older than you, Tom. How come you can't look like that?
Don't remind me.
Oh, sorry.
And Mexican Iron Man is Tom Cruise's #1 fan, and he tells us he will be here in about 10 minutes. So 10
Sure.
minutes till Mexican Iron Man incoming.
Tick tock, tick tock.
That's right.
I don't have any
Well,
water
sure.
feature sounds for Mexican Iron Man.
Yeah.
We do need some more sounds, but you know he won't show up on my late
River.
night show, Tom. Why won't?
Well, because he sleeps then. And I mean, I'm going to show up tonight, but I'm going to have to duck out a little early just so I can go watch Mission Impossibles.
All
I don't
right.
know what you're talking about.
Oh, I
Well, I got to find 8 and plus hours to watch 4 movies, dude, in the next less than whatever.
You
now.
actually, in order to see this film, I hear that you need to go back and watch all of the original shows.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Andy's actually doing like work.
and he's
on
doing a
screen.
thing. Oh, Andy's delivering a.
What is it?
Whoa!
Don't tell Doug Nelson.
Okay.
Oh, that's so great. Oh, it's so great.
Nice.
Night.
That's awesome.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get this. Well, it will be in the mail tomorrow morning, so he can get it by the Wednesday show.
So who's somebody? Do you do like prelim like designs too, Andy, or do you just like jump right in when you're doing one of these?
Well, it's sort of a process. Like, so I look at people and I always add my spin to things. Like,
Beautiful.
so I do stuff where it's like there's an angle that fits the personality, and then we go from there. So it's like now, what I tend to do if I'm doing sculptures for the ladies, I want their input on there because it's very easy for them to be like either offended or like kind of less than. So I want some input from them.
It's
and
kind of like a good idea not to buy your girlfriend clothes.
exactly.
It's
yeah.
a death trap.
Like that, the one you made for me, and the bulge just wasn't big enough. I
Well,
remember.
that'll
Yeah,
happen,
that was
yeah.
quite a problem.
So I had to make miniature potatoes to shove in the under.
Yeah, I needed that.
And I feel like you still haven't conquered my hair yet, but hey, we'll see.
But anyhow, so yeah, where do you go from there?
You could
So
buy the
I'll-
weave online.
I'll start off with with something that's going to like Lorena will be getting hers tomorrow, and I went with she decided the theme for it and everything like that, so I just went with that. Same thing when I did Krista Nova's, she did hers. Steph from My Nerdy Home, I did hers. Like she's a big Ninja Turtle fan, so I just kind of like put her in a Ninja Turtle suit.
Aw.
So that was kind of cool. And then like the other ones I've done, it's just sort of like depending upon like some things, it's whether they're it's
He's not wrong, Six.
it's something like when I did Drunk 3PO, I thought that would be like kind of a funny take because he was associated with Cara Dune, the Mandalorian, stuff like that. The other ones, like some people, I'll ask if they want a theme or something, and other people if I'm just kind of surprising.
I
them,
would
they-
imagine that Sleeping 3PO is probably your most popular figure, isn't it?
Well, that one, and I also did one with him. Well, one of his fans commissioned me to do Indiana J. I did.
Oh.
So I made a whole figure of him as Indiana Jones.
Awesome.
And I put in there searching for the on the box I put the Legend of the Lost Candy Corn or something like that. So he was looking for that.
That's awesome.
But
did you do the Canadian Bear one too, didn't you?
I mocked up a little outfit for it and stuff.
I was gonna say,
that.
I think Drunk 3PO has had more figures than any other YouTuber. Like you could do like a whole Drunk 3PO line, can't you?
Well, that's like he gets memed so much. So what I'll do is I'll take the memes and I'll just kind of like bring them into 3D into three-dimensional light.
I love it.
So it's just like and the beauty of 6 scale stuff is you can just change an outfit. You can just like put a different.
Well, don't give away that trade secret. You could just tell everybody you got to redesign it so they got to pay more.
Well, nobody pays for these things anyway. So like, that's not true.
Eventually I'm going to make you famous, my friend, because you're going to start making these for reals. Because these are awesome. I got your figure here that you made me, and it is bitching.
Hey, I want to have a mold that you do for me and mass produce them, because I think that everybody.
I don't want to know what he wants to do with his mole.
But what I'm
oh,
gonna,
did he say mold or mole?
I would assume mold. I hope, unless you're gonna be like the Austin Powers, like
no, and I'm definitely not that latest chick. What's her name? Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Oh yeah, I don't even want to sculpt that. Like that's an awfully big fight.
And then we've got the Mexican Iron Man line too. I mean, there's a lot of Mikey.
Yeah,
a whole lot of Mikey to go around, as he would say.
That's why he's got his grappling hook.
Right.
I dress comics division out in lots of different outfits, including assless chaps. So,
well, I have a feeling that's going to be his favorite outfit for his doll. Because for him, it's a doll. It's not an action figure.
So how good of it? Like, are you pretty good artist? Like just drawing. Like if you were to come up with an idea, like you wanted to do something original.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I have it. Well, I was an art major in college, so
cool. I figured you would be. I'm just curious, like how like let's say you want to do a process where you want to make an original character, like you got your little robot guy behind you there from the. I would imagine you had to start from scratch on something like that. You wouldn't have been able to have like the body to start from or anything like that.
Oh yeah, like this is the bad robot, and
yeah.
I sculpted that out. In fact, that was the first time I met you, Tom. Was when Doomcock first had me on his.
Oh, okay.
Screen.
So you do it a sculpt first. You don't actually draw it out or nothing first. You just sculpt it. Right.
No, I'll pretty much just like start with like that. J.J. Abrams already had that design, so I just kind of copied it. But I'll do things like original stuff that's that I'll make. Like I've done like custom superheroes. I've done let's see.
Let's say if you were to make a nunchuckosaurus.
Well, actually, I am.
No, I'd have to have it designed first, but yeah.
Well, I'm collaborating with a fellow artist who does a lot of design work that you've seen, and we're collaborating on elements to incorporate into set environment. Various like lizard people and things like that, and robots and giant robots and magma men and things like that.
I think I know where this is going.
Yeah, so I usually talk to him on a daily basis. Like we're working on things. Like he's got me. He's educated me a lot on my whole sculpting process.
Bobby,
say hi, Jack. Hi, Jack.
Everything stops for puppies.
Hey, Jack, good job.
He's such a cootie. Such a cootie. Oh, he's such a good boy.
He's the goodest boy. Aren't you the goodest boy? Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
He knows it too. Look at him. He's a movie star.
Oh yeah. He was mad at me because I left him for a little. I had to go to my nephew's graduation party, and he was like, "I can't come." I'm like, because I take him everywhere.
Oh, he's your co-pilot.
Yeah, my truck is filled with Jack hair now.
Well, Clobber, you don't have a link either, do you, Clobby? Here, I'm gonna send you a link. Get you added into the. I don't even know why I got 2 different groups here. This is kind of stupid.
Yeah, but I do a lot of stuff.
More so for Paul, but like.
a lot of stuff that's just like free form and things like that. Like I'll mess around with things, and I like taking themes that have already been kind of established and playing with them a little bit and kind of tweaking and making it a little more absurd. It's like your Netflix guy. Like I was trying to do like a big Russian outfit and stuff like for that. With we have Rancor Steve, who's got his favorite movie, and we're working on something like that for him.
Why does Mexican Iron Man look like he's headed to the disco?
Because he is.
Because they're in pirate outfits.
He's looking awesome. He's so sexy. Look at that. And I can see Gary from here. That's Gary.
And Mexican Iron Man's a Somali pirate.
Obviously, but
there's Doomcock's.
Mexican.
I am the Mexican now.
Wow.
What?
God, that is like a. Oh my gosh.
Nice.
But Gary is a very good looking dude. So like he can make a good figure. Like we have Clobber in Times join us. How you doing, my friend?
Hey man. Yeah. Good to see you. I just popped in to say hi. Actually getting ready to go in about half an hour to Mark's Sunday Nighter, so I'm sorry about that, but I wanted to say hi since you threw that out there.
No, that's a casual show.
Oh, welcome. Okay. We're casual.
Nicholas Horton wants to know how Sadie's doing. She is taking a nap right now.
Oh,
that's how Sadie's doing. She's a good girl today. Mom and Dad were here, helped me put the dresser together, so she was getting in the way, of course. But Elf says, "Hey, I have bad news. I bought Hot Toys Cryboard. Why?
Wow.
Why?
I knew somebody.
It's only and you know what? If you want it, it's not bad news.
Yeah.
I have a rule that on your shelf, you set the reality. Your toy shelf. I have a friend of mine who's a big DC fan, and he liked some of the things with the Snyderverse. Most of it he didn't care for. I said, yeah, but you got to admit some of the casting is. I said, if I were a big DC fan, what I would be doing, I would have a Christopher Reeve Superman. I'd have a Ben Affleck Batman. One of the companies, I think it's Susu Toys, put out a magnificent figure for the Titan series with Nightwing. I would have like probably Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman, and maybe throw in there like a Heath Ledger Joker, because you can mix and match because your shelf sets the reality. So you could put the whole, it's Ray Fisher as Cyborg, but on your shelf, it's just a representation of that character. So it doesn't necessarily have to associate strictly with that thing. If you like the look and the design of it, that's great. I mean, there's a lot of these things that, like some of the MCU stuff, some of it I wish they had kept more of a traditional comic book look to it. Some of the things I think make sense, like Captain America's costume being a little bit more tactical, a little bit more like some reinforced, some armor and things like without stuff that's going to get in the way. But by and large, you can make these things however you want, and that's what it should represent. It should the memories that you want in the way that you want them. So that's my rule.
Indeed, that's fair enough.
Here. Yeah, what I mean. I've gotten a lot more of the figures I wanted as a kid, as an adult, so I can't complain too much. But let's get into some super chats.
I was very fortunate with figures. I had parents who, like, my mother had one Christmas present ever when she was a child, and that got broken within the first day. So it was very important to her and my father that they make sure my sister and I had anything we wanted. So when G.I. Joe, the 12-inch figurines, I had them all. And I had the tank and the Jeep and all, the boat and all that stuff. And then with the Star Wars stuff, I had it all. Whatever they had, they went out and immediately got it. And I had an aunt who couldn't have any kids, so she naturally, bought for my sister and I. So I had all these figures, played with them, and people say, "Oh, what?" I had the original Snaggletooth that was too small and choked a kid, and they got rid of it. And I had the Boba Fett that shut the thing off, and people were like, "How come you didn't keep those?" I played with them. I took them to my friend's house, and I did what they were for. I imagined and did stuff, and had a good time, and thought I was Han Solo or Luke Skywalker or whatever. I even had the Star Trek
time.
the Star Trek bridge with the figures. I think those were 6-inch figures that they had.
The Mego bridge.
Oh yeah, the Mego bridge and all that stuff. I had that. I played with that.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh man, that was so great. I love that show. Even the bad stuff. I mean, Klobby, you and I tease about Lazarus and him constantly falling off of stuff, and it was a horror. But even the worst episodes of TOS, watching them as a child, they just held my amazement and things.
Oh,
so.
yeah.
But Tox, I mean, forgive me, but you also collect. You and I are the same era, so
right.
The Hoth playset, I fucking wore out.
Yes,
like pieces were breaking.
Oh, the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah. Oh God.
Oh yeah. We were out back flying that around, all this stuff, and I was fortunate enough that the neighborhood kids would come over and I'd have those things, and though my parents, made sure I had stuff, they didn't let, like, when I said, "Oh, that's my toy, you can't play with it," my mom would come flying out of the house, no matter what she was doing, and just, ear, whatever, bank. Just because you have something and somebody doesn't mean you're better than them. You let them play with that toy too. That kind of attitude. And that's
cool. Yeah. So yours was the house. See, we always had a thing where it was like we always central hubbed whoever the guy was who had like the play set.
Right.
Generally.
Yeah, we took that.
Yeah.
And then we had a friend of mine whose parents had immigrated from Sicily, and she made the best food. So I would just pack everything up, and that's how we lost stuff. Packed it up, take it over to his house on a Saturday. She made stuff, and we would eat such good Sicilian food's kind of spicy, but just, oh man, was it so good. And then we would play and all this stuff. He was a huge Kiss fan, had everything Kiss stuff from there. So and that's how we, got our nostalgia out.
Sounds like I know a thing or two about, huh?
Yeah, had it all. Look it up. But yeah, that's I don't collect now. I think because I had that stuff there.
Yeah,
and from there. But
see, I lost all my shit in a house fire, so that's part of the reason I recollect everything now.
And it's weird because the things that you hang on to, or the things you collect, or the things that you keep, the things that you didn't part with, the things that you didn't let other people take to enjoy with their family. Those are the things that were clearly the most precious to you. Like you mentioned the 12-inch GI Joes, right? I have one. It's right up there. That will always be up there. My Star Wars toys are all very carefully secure at my parents' house, but a lot of the other stuff that I collected I played with it. I mean, it's different. I couldn't imagine being the kind of collector that a lot of people are now. The things that I will collect with that much reverence will be the most important things. And, Andy kind of broke down what is your toy shelf. It's the most important things to me.
I donated a lot of that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't have, like, I had every Hot Wheels, I had thousands of miles of track. Okay, that's hyperbole, but I had a lot of track. I had all that stuff. I don't have any of that anymore.
Yeah, I had slot cars. We had that. The N and HO gauge trains. Had something set out. Dad had something set out in the garage where he was a locomotive engineer, so he had a table that would fold down from the garage that had the train and stuff set up, and we'd create the little towns and that kind of stuff and run that around. And it's the memory of doing it with him and friends coming over and watching that. And so when we get a chance to go to Kansas City, they've got a really nice model train display at their train station downtown. We'll go and we'll do that and see what they've changed and that kind of stuff. That's that kind of family stuff that we have there. But I had you remember the Star Wars comic books? I had all those, right?
Oh yeah.
And I donated them. There was a place for people that didn't have that kind of stuff. And when I got to a certain point, I donated those kind of things. I was like, well, I've read them. They're taking up space in my room. I've seen the movies now. And, I have the original one with the Lando Calrissian that was a redheaded white guy in the book. So, but I just donated those. And hopefully somebody got something out of that from there. And I do collect stuff now. but it's mostly the stuff that people have made. Like I've got a couple of things from Ginger Ninja. I've got Ninja Blast. I got Thin Blue Line. I got a couple of Flip Cities I'll keep that I think are funny.
Well, I think that's a level of maturity we have now, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I've got the Ripaverse stuff.
But they're making stuff for us now.
Right.
Well, I don't mean to interrupt this, but we have another person joining us. Ladies and gentlemen.
Feliz Navidad himself.
He has his own theme song, of course. He's a metal hero down under border.
Legendary YouTuber.
He's a woman hoarder. And he leaps from windows in a single bound. He's a Mexican Iron Man, Mickey. Welcome to the show.
Arriba.
How was that?
Arriba. It's going to be like a top 10 hit.
In Guadalajara.
I can do better than that, actually. As Gonzalo says, close the windows. Don't let him out. We had a couple more super chats here we'll get to in just a moment, but thank you, Gonzalo. That was pretty funny. Welcome, Mikey. How's it going? I love that hat.
Why, thank you. There's criticisms about me actually being Mexican. That's why I'm trying to go camera on more often. And, of course, having the sombrero proves that I am indeed Mexican. Yep.
Your birth.
I did not know that.
Your birth certificate says you're Caucasian.
Yeah, it's hashtag fake news. I'm not sure. There's clearly some kind of CIA or FBI.
I heard you are white burrito supreme.
Yeah, there's some kind of FBI federal agent conspiracy theory about that. And like, how did someone with this skin color and these eyeballs and these dark eyes?
Was that Cheech Marin?
And this mustache and this hair.
Look at that sexy beast.
Man,
is it true you were born on January 6th?
No.
Yes.
I was born on Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo. I like to thank Mead for having its diversity program, because that's how I got on the show. So thank you.
Why do you want to synchronize mayonnaise?
Circumcised.
Circumcised mayonnaise. Is mayo even in the Mexican diet?
That joke is just cutting, Andy.
That was a good one.
I think it's too hot in Mexico for mayo.
Well, where do you get sour cream from?
La crema.
La crema is not. The sour cream is not the same as mayo.
No, when you talk about sour cream, like when you order a burrito or taco, you always say con crema. Crema means cream.
Well, is sour cream actually something that is normally in Mexican?
Yeah, it tastes a
cuisine?
little different, but we do have that. Unbelievably, Tom, in Mexico, we actually have things like, I don't know, cheese and like
that
beef.
was not what I was told. I was lied to because every so-called authentic Mexican restaurant I go to, other than certain dishes, I have to ask for the cheese. They're like, that normally doesn't have cheese on it.
Yeah, no, it's queso. You got to ask for the queso.
That queso stuff, yeah.
Well, it depends on what you're ordering. It depends on what you're ordering. Yeah, and it depends like what kind of Mexican, like Tex-Mex.
You gotta take me some real Mexican food.
Tex-Mex,
sure.
Yeah, is not real Mexican food.
Exactly.
That's not going to happen in South Carolina.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen at all.
Mm-hmm.
They just there's a Mexican food truck that I just stopped at near one of the golf courses. Dude, it was not good experience. It's like,
okay, so Mikey,
they're trying so hard
trying to make the food.
Yeah,
there's your problem.
God bless them. They're trying so hard. Yeah, they're trying so hard.
My eldest son's girlfriend is Mexican. She's first generation. Her parents.
Oh, that's like real Mexican. That's not me.
And
that's
she made a spread for us, and there was a slaw with the tacos, and I was like, yeah. She goes, yeah, this is what we really do when I'm down there visiting my family. Yeah, it was so good. And the mole, the moles, oh my god.
The problem with around here is you got like Ukrainian kids working at the Chinese restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Or I mean, Ukrainian kids working at the Mexican restaurants. You got the Mexicans working at the Chinese restaurants.
Mexicans work at every restaurant. What are you talking about?
I know, but that's like literally the way it is around here. And then like, don't even get me started on the Dells, because that is like a hodgepodge of everything. Holy crap! Like
I told you my
with
Pancho
kids down
Lefty
there.
story, right?
I don't know if you have actually, but like I worked one year. I worked with like a kid like from Africa and one from Ukraine and one from Uganda, all in one summer. It was crazy. But anyway, what's your story?
Oh, so Mrs. Flew and I had to go to a thing for her work in Brainerd, Wisconsin, or Brainerd, Minnesota. Sorry.
Interesting.
So this is Paul Bunyan territory. So everything up there has Paul Bunyan on it, or Babe the Blue Ox. I went in to buy some mouthwash. It was all in plaid, all that kind of stuff. So when we flew there, and there was one taxi. So when they took somebody, we had to wait for them to come back to pick us up. And so she asked, what are the good restaurants in town? I'm sitting there thinking it's going to be steak or something like that, because we're almost at the Canadian border. He's like, I really like the Mexican place Pancho Lefty's. And she's like, okay, we're going. So the next night we go to Pancho Lefty's. And you get there, and it's, almost Canada. So it's a little cold. Bright, shining, giant sombrero, all that. Go in. Everybody's white. Yeah, and it just, It made me sick. It was so bad.
Were the sombreros not big enough?
No, the food was just awful. So it was like everything was covered in. It wasn't even nacho cheese. There wasn't even flavoring to it, because the nacho cheese stuff has a little flavoring to it. This was just melted cheese cheddar, and it ruined everything. And it was pretty awful. So it made me sick, and I threw up for a day or two. So the moral of the story is never eat at a Mexican restaurant north of Kansas. Pretty much that's it.
Use the word nacho in a sentence. You ready?
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to use the word nacho in a sentence. Sometimes when I like to live stream, I don't always get to a live stream with the people I want. Not you.
Not you. And
not you. Not you.
No, he's chewing.
Not you. Or that guy.
He's cool.
It's a Mexican.
I'll use nacho in a sentence.
Wow,
Why are you so jealous? It's not your girlfriend.
I didn't even want to laugh at my own joke.
Because now it's July.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny.
Thanks.
Yeah. And then Kara says, I killed it today on
cheese.
Yeah, I killed the stream pretty bad. I'm sorry.
Hi, Kara.
No, you were on fire today. That was the best Sunday Valiant Renegade show like in recent history for sure.
Yeah, at least in the last week.
Hey,
No,
Scrab, how you
we
doing?
actually read super chats and stuff. It was awesome.
I'm Nacho Daddy. I'm not the daddy. Yeah.
Nacho Libre is probably
It was
one
a
of
great
my
panel.
favorite movies.
Great panel.
So, Klobby,
Yes,
Hi,
sir.
how much time you got left? I know you said you
I
had to
got
leave
to
here soon.
run to go to Bill Mark's show there, but I wanted to kind of stop in and say hello to all you gentlemen. It's good to see you. And sorry I had to, hang out and run, but
No. I just wanted to give you some
time.
time to chime in here a little
Yeah,
bit if you had
say
anything.
words and things.
Okay. My Adventures with Superman is a piece of garbage. Don't watch it.
Oh, you watched that crap too? I got forced to
no.
watch that shit.
Wait, what did you watch?
That
The new
stupid Superman show.
cartoon.
Sailor Moon version.
Oh, it's bad, boy. Oh my goodness.
It's
I
all
heard it-
anime style and crap, and it's all
Oh,
Kool-Aid
yeah,
and
that's
ooey and whatever.
And all the girls don't look like girls. And
I saw the trailer for that. Someone had me
Yeah.
Views with Hughes made me watch the trailer, and then I forgot to text him back that I hated it.
So what's your clobbering times?
Oh no, it was just basically usually as they always do with these cases, they fiddle around with the origin to water it down to make it even. I'm so sick of people messing with Superman's origin. Now he's the same age as Jimmy Olsen, who has been something swapped. I won't say, as
Yeah,
has
and Lois is
again.
too, yeah.
And well, no, she's not swapped, but Perry White is again.
Oh, I
Lois,
thought she was Oriental, actually. Or sorry, that's not
Well,
even a word. I should
I-
probably say
it could be
Asian.
possible.
I'm sorry.
You know,
Asian.
that could be possible, but I can't really tell personally. I don't know what they're trying to say,
God.
except she doesn't. She's totally short,
And she's
horrible
the same age
hair.
too as Jimmy.
She
as
looks
well.
like a 13-year-old boy to me. I mean, she's
Whoa.
absolutely no appeal to her whatsoever.
That's what they're trying to do. Make everybody look like Lol from.
That was
None of
my
the
issue, Klobby, was like
None of the
Lois
women
is
look
supposed
like
to be
women.
established as this really
A
awesome
very beautiful
reporter.
young woman.
And she's still a
Right.
fucking intern with Clark and Jimmy. Sorry, but go ahead.
Right. No, you're right. She's an intern disobeying Perry White. There's no point of Lois, and I was never a big fan of Lois, to be honest, because I think she gets into way too much of some stories. But the whole point is she's this maverick reporter. By the time Clark Kent shows up, she's an established maverick reporter who's very respected in the business, goes out and takes all the chances, and Superman has this fling with Superman and stuff. In this one, she's automatically in love with Clark Kent. She's not. She does name him as Superman later, but she's falls in love with Clark, not Superman. There's a big distinction to be made there.
And I just got to say, yes, I know it's not anime, but they are definitely trying to evoke the anime style. Right? I get it. I get what you're saying.
With that.
Yes, absolutely. But no, and not only that, Cecil brought up a great point last night. He's like, why the fuck does he have the Clark Kent persona when he hasn't even decided what he's doing yet? He doesn't even have a notion of being Superman yet, really.
None. And
so why has he created this Clark Kent persona? Like, it makes no sense.
The way he discovers his powers is idiotic. The way he's walking around before he meets
her. And I don't mean the name. I mean this idea that he plays this klutz, because he's playing this klutz.
He's breaking things. He doesn't understand that. Doesn't understand his powers. He has no sense of what to do with his powers. He uses them by accidents to save them from some stupid robots. And by the way, again, she's not Lois. She's not Lois out there, standing up to Perry White and cutting corners and doing all the stuff that Lois did as a reporter. She's an intern disobeying orders, running around, bringing these other two putzes out. They get in trouble. He has to use his powers to save them. And then later goes home. In the second episode, we get his costume because they've got this ship buried with the Jor-El hologram. And by the way, cannot translate Kryptonian into English. So they can't understand him. So they've left it buried all this time. And it's pathetic. But he finally gets the costume on that Jor-El makes for him from the ship. And the only funny bit was funny that she put the trunks on it because he has the horrible all blue, which I hate. And she says, you're going to have something on there. And so I think that body positive Ma Kent was kind of funny when she put the,
it's funny. You called her the same thing I did.
Yes. It's a habit, isn't it? And, but other than that, this show's a piece of shit. It's just, he's a pansy. He's just such a little femboy. I mean, he doesn't.
This is what bothered me here. What Juxtapose says is his whole idea of like fumbling with his powers. He already has them as a kid. It's so stupid. He did too.
Yeah, but he opened up. He didn't know he had them. He's trying to get a kite out of a tree and he can't get it. Then he finally, some lady's in trouble with a car about to run off the road. Then he just starts running after it with these weird, stupid ass.
But he was still
effects.
a kid then. That's my point, though. Then we jump to him as an adult. Don't you think he would have honed his fucking powers
exactly
by now?
Right there? Yes, I'm saying. Right after that scene, we cut to him in college, and he's just breaking things. He can't control it. It's stupid. He's an idiot. Which is, of course, the whole point of this cartoon. Let's be honest. This is going to be about her running his ass all over the place, and he's going to be a dumbass the whole time.
Well, how is Lois going to teach Superman how to be Superman if he comes in already knowing all that stuff?
There you go. Bing.
Bing. Yeah.
Well, there's a hole in the back of Lois's head. We know what happened.
I'm sorry, Lois.
Yeah, and this is my point. Why is he created? It's either like stupid. Hole. It's so stupid. It's like, why is he created this fumbling persona, and or why does he not know his powers? Which is it? And I get it. He's always Clark Kent. I'm not saying that part. I'm talking about he's created this persona already. He's wearing the glasses. Why? That's what I'm saying. Why? There's no reason for him.
Right. Everything about the setup is idiotic and stupid. Yeah. And it's not. And it was very similar to that really terrible animated film they did about a year or two ago called Superman and the Man of Tomorrow, which was pretty wimpy and had a kind of sort of a soy soups in that one. And this is even worse. But it reminded me of that.
Well, this is how you kind of know that our education system is failing us. All right, so they're writing this show for people they know are stupid.
Well, it's meant for like younger kids, and I get that. That's fine. But it's not like it's mostly harmless though, because Clobby's right. They're really tweaking a lot of the storyline, and then you've got the bad guy who I don't even remember who she's supposed to be, but she's like lesbian.
Maybe Live Wire, sort of.
Live Wire, something like that. Like, yeah, lesbian Live Wire.
Amanda Waller at the end, though. Oh, God, why?
Yeah, Amanda Waller's there. She actually looks like the basic cartoon version we've seen of her.
It's good to be. Yeah, she's basic. She's normal. But all the other women in the thing don't look like women. They look like, I don't know what the hell they are, but if you'll notice.
I think it's Live Wire. And then, I kind of seen a missed opportunity with the robots. I'm like, why didn't they try to make them like at least look a little bit like the Fleischer robots? That could have been a cool, nice little, call. Like, that's the thing. It really felt like a generic off-brand Superman to me. It was kind of weird. And that's the other thing is do you wonder if that's why they're changing the main trio so much, Clobby, is to avoid the Siegel and Schuster family lawsuit business? Because don't they own a lot of those ancillary characters?
They get paid a good bit. They have agreements. I don't think they're really doing that so much. I think this thing is made by the idiots who did She-Ra, right?
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yes. So that's what's going on.
Oh, it makes sense now.
Yeah, that's pretty much. Again, I could be wrong. That's my hypothesis. Is that they're just basically,
that makes so much sense.
Superman's a fool. He's an idiot. He's a wimp. By the way, he gets his arse kicked for. I'm guessing probably not the first time on this series, but he's and I know he's just starting out. That would be fine in of itself, but it's going to be about her, running him like you said. And again, the romance part of it, which is always a part of it. I get it. Is not for the first time. It's not her and Superman. It's her and Clark, and that's kind of weird.
Well, and the Mecha J here says, show for younger kids yet it airs. See, I did not know it was on Adult Swim. I don't understand why this is on Adult Swim.
Yeah.
This makes no sense because it is not, like, nothing in it so far.
I think we're going to find out.
Has been very adult oriented, I guess is what I'm saying.
I think we're going to find out.
Oh, God. Is he going to fumble during sex and kill Lois?
Find out.
Like I said, this wasn't written for kids.
No.
It was written for stupid people. Because kids aren't dumb. They see stuff that doesn't make sense because kids see the real world up until a certain age. Kids don't see any of this stuff until we teach them. All right. They don't see any differences or anything. I know I've raised 5 kids. They didn't learn any of that stuff from me or my wife. They learned it from school, from the teachers. All right. That's how they learned this crap. And I had to unlearn it from them, from all that stuff. So this is on purpose because the people writing it are dumb. They got their job through, I'll say it, diversity hires. They got their jobs through that. They don't have any real experience. You look at the people that are directing some of these movies that are coming out. Oh, documentary here, documentary there. Oh, they did this in school. They don't have any experience with this stuff. So when you're getting subpar product, it's because they're hiring subpar people. End of story.
Yep. And if they can use Superman to further any kind of agenda they want,
they're going to.
That's a big name to use for it, right?
They have no idea. They have done no research about it.
No, there's none of you could. I could tell anytime I'm watching any kind of comic book property how, and it's 99% of the time, how the people creating it know nothing about the character, nor did they research anything.
And you, Clobby, with your knowledge,
is this true? Sean says it's the Velma writers on top of it all.
I think so.
Ouch.
I'm not 100% on that, but I wouldn't be surprised. He might be just kidding, but I mean, it's going to hit
same house, so I wouldn't be surprised. Anyway, you were saying something.
Toxic, you were saying?
Oh, I was Clobby, with all his experience and all of the stuff that he's read from the comic books, he can write a better Superman story. The storyboard. We're going to do here. Maybe not so much the writing like what Script Doctor does. But the basic story thread, the outline, Clobber Times could write something better than any of this crap that we've been getting for years. And that's because, why? He's done research on the characters. He knows them inside and out. The characters would be true to themselves. Superman is a paladin. Superman always does the right thing. And that when Superman is faced with that situation where he has a no-win situation, the Kobayashi Maru, Kirk is kind of sort of the paladin, but he doesn't accept those kind of things. That stuff.
And Clark is an extension of that too, because he's
exactly
the farm boy, right? He always does the right thing too.
That all-American stand up. Everything's black and white, and I can see it in that black and white, and I can make a decision. I'm always going to be on this. And when Superman really got into issues and had good books, was when Superman was faced with a situation that he couldn't fit into that worldview of right and wrong, that there was gray areas. And that Batman was always something I liked more than Superman because he was always in the gray areas because of what he did. there, but he still had a moral
That's because
code.
I always work really good in grays, blacks, and dark blue.
That's right. Fat Tom looks good in cool colors.
Always, especially my butt.
Tom, did you notice about this show also that all the men, despite art style notwithstanding, just sort of look like dudes, right?
Yeah, very ambiguous. Lois is not giving any curves. She looks like a 10-year-old boy.
Just look like normal dudes, though, for the most part. And the women, they don't. The females, I'm saying, all of them look. I should not say any more than that. But they don't look.
Clark, yeah, you're right, because they don't really. But again, it's that anime style to where everybody has very.
You did it again.
I know it's the style, though. It is. I said it. At least I said style this time. The anime style, and it is. And anybody can argue with me all they friggin' want. Watch the show and tell me that's not what it is.
I know.
It's that ooh QE like fucking anime style is what it's drawn in and animated in. It even has the same kind of like, tropes. But they have very minimal, that's the word I was looking for, minimal kind of design. So that's part of the problem. But yeah, like Lois looks like a little boy. She doesn't even look like she's remotely the same age as their other two, even though she is supposed to be. But yeah.
Right. A little bit older than them, I guess, because she's an intern before them. Right. I mean, it's goofy as the art is. This is all the men, look like dudes, I guess, but all the females look, I'm just going to say,
androgynous.
They look like She-Ra.
Yeah.
And
butchy.
I guess you could get away with doing that to She-Ra.
Oh my God, you weebs are so fucking pedantic.
I knew you were going to get it.
Jesus Christ! I can't even say anime style. I gotta say anime influence.
Tom,
sorry,
we prefer anime adjacent on this correct channel.
Well, I've heard anime adjacent is just like QAnon adjacent, so be careful.
Yeah, be careful. Be careful.
Well, Tom, I appreciate it, brother. I'm going to run. I'm sorry I had to run on you so quick, buddy, but thank you for having me.
No. That's why I wanted to give you a few minutes to chit chat here since you hadn't got a chance to really chime in on nothing. And
Thanks,
I didn't
buddy.
know you got a chance to watch that, and I got forced to watch it.
I guess I'll continue to watch it. Maybe I won't. Maybe
I don't know why you would have to.
You're right. You talked me out of it.
Nobody's asking you to.
Thank you. Thanks. If Tom can relieve me of doing that and relieve me of doing that, then it's good enough for me. I'm out of there. Thank you, buddy.
I don't see why you would have to.
No, it's just. I torture myself with some other crap, so why not more? But thank you, everybody. It was great hanging out with you.
Yes, take care of yourself. And I acknowledge it's not even close. It's butchered. I get it.
Hi, Clobby.
Good night, everybody.
Take care, Clobby. You guys, you got to razz me, don't you? Just got to razz me. Razzmatazz me. This will make everybody happy. There. Let's look at that for a minute. There. Everybody calm now? Okay.
I was calm before.
Whole lot of love in that little package.
Whole lot of love.
It's sort of like the Western normies' view of what they think anime is.
Exactly. I get it. It's not, I'm not saying it is anime. In fact, a Japanese produced anime of Superman would probably be infinitely better than this. I totally give that, 100%.
You wouldn't have the neo-Marxism in it for sure, but although that shit's starting to leak in over there, so let's like lock that shit down. But
no, the batshit crazy they'd add to it is like Superman would have a legion of fucking Macross robots or something for no good reason.
and again, anime art style is fantastic,
and he would combine with Flash and Thor and whoever else to make I just said Thor, didn't I?
Yeah, Superman and Thor. That sounds awesome to me.
I give up. You were
Same
saying
power set. Oh no, it's just I look at it and I'm like, anime has its own particular style, and it works in the way that it's presented. When Western cultures try to do it, they don't do it right. It looks wrong, and the pacing's wrong, and the art's wrong, and it doesn't look good. And a lot of people were really stoked about the anime version of Star Wars and stuff. And some of it looked good and some of it worked, but for me, most of it didn't, and I don't, it's, Star Wars Visions. A lot of people are like, oh, that's really cool. I'm like, no, it's not, because it breaks a lot of things. Right. So like to everything, it has its own style because it was originally presented that way. And the minute you separate the way that it's presented from the original medium, or in any way, you've deviated from what it is that was produced in front of the audience. It's why I hate when they change anything in canon. It's why I hate it. Doesn't matter. The medium is as important as the presentation of the actual lore. It one goes hand in hand with the other. It's one of the reasons why everybody raves about Rebels, excuse me. And I don't like Rebels. Star Wars Rebels, nah. I mean, you want to give me Star Wars, give it to me in live action. If you don't give it to me live action, you want to do it in animated form, everything better look and act the same way it does in the real world of Star Wars. And that's the encyclopedia, the glossary, appendix, whatever it is you want to call it, that it has to live within.
The
So,
appendix?
I absolutely love Gendy Tartakovsky's Clone Wars. Yeah,
That was so much better than what and I'm sorry, I shouldn't even say that because I never watched all the other ones. They animated the CGI one, but yeah. Did you ever see that one, Culture? 2D animated? Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, and
Grievous was so much more of a badass in that than he was in episode 3.
Yeah, but see, you present it in the same way with as faithful or true presentation as you possibly can. I mean, and I believe that wholeheartedly when it comes to anything like this, which is why when Disney goes out and drops their pants on a fucking live action of whatever they did before, and it doesn't look anything like what they produced, in two-dimensional animation, let alone 3, it's faithless from the word go. It's faithless from the word go when they change shot for shot representation of things. It's faithless when you change characterizations, character models. And set aside the fact that the race and gender swap thing is out there as well, but you look at it all and you go, okay. And then when they add characters, they add songs, they add things that didn't exist in the original, you've now polluted something. It's no longer what it was. So you can't call it The Little Mermaid. It's like, Disney likes adding plus to shit all the time. Little Mermaid minus.
Oh, you said a no word. I heard it.
I did. But I'm not on Echo Base, so I don't have to play the song.
No.
I don't know. I don't know. Does anybody feel that way?
What's the issue with swearing?
What?
I try not to swear a lot. Yeah,
I like to swear.
I swear all the time.
All the time. There's only one or two words out there that I think are really
I didn't get to talk a whole lot, so I just spent 5 minutes yelling into the void. So
you didn't get to taco a lot?
That was a good one.
See, there's the analogy right there. It's the Americans' version of Mexican food is like the equivalent of like that style as anime
or Taco Bell.
Yeah,
and we got super chats, Mikey.
Chimichangas are definitely.
Dyrus for $2 says Haley Atwell is pretty. I want to see her in a movie.
It's coming.
Well, you're going to get to see her in a movie, unless he means I want to see her in that movie. Unless that's what he's referring to. And what movie might that be?
Mission Impossible 7. Part 1.
Did you hear? Culture's gonna have a new live stream show this week. It's gonna be called Culture Impossible. So guess what's gonna happen? Culture is gonna launch off of a cliff at the Grand Canyon. The twist: instead of a parachute, he will have a paper napkin to instead of a parachute, and we're gonna launch him out of a cannon on a tricycle. Yep. House Atreides for $5 Canadian says, "Hail all! Has anyone heard of when Apple is going to release Masters of the Air? I love World War II movies. It's kept me sane with the woke insanity."
I haven't heard about this. I'm not aware of this.
Wait a minute. Come on, House Atreides. Apple will woke up World War II.
Little did you know,
I don't know.
Black pilots were in World War II than history books like to lead you to believe.
I just saw
a majority of them were.
I just saw Silo and it was pretty good, even though it was like a super diverse class.
And the rest were all Mexican.
Now that I think about it, I don't think there were any Mexicans in Silo. Shit, what happened to my people in Silo? Oh my God, maybe in the nuclear war, my people, maybe they went for the kitchens first. Alf.
Nice.
Alf for $5 says, My rule with 1/6 scale figures is that they need to have a helmet or mask. If they don't have either, I don't bother with it.
Okay, but if they have a really good face sculpt, which not a lot of models do, by the way, but if they have a really good face sculpt, they might be worth it. I mean, what I appreciated is what McFarland was bringing to the game. Look at that, a good face sculpt.
That's an amazing face sculpt.
Viva the Mexican!
Why would you cover that up?
Viva the Mexican!
But I would say that that's the most important thing. So, like when you get innovators that bring 3D scanning into the conversation, where you can 3D scan somebody's head, or when they get a lot of really good high quality images that they send to the sculptor, of the head, you expect it to look somewhat like the actor, and knowing people's processes. And maybe even people on this panel, they get a lot of information and then they try to translate as faithfully onto whatever medium they're using into what they're doing, and that's actually a really big deal. So a good head sculpt, a good face sculpt will give you the best quality 1/6 figure, helmet or no. But
new live stream where Culture is duct taped to a chair, and I use a spork and a butter knife to resculpt Culture's face. Gonzalo Bergali for $30 from Uruguay.
Yeah.
Close the windows. Why would we have to close the? Oh, you know
keep
what?
you from getting away.
Okay, you know what? Ha. Action Com for $2 says not 2K. So get it? Guess okay. So
that's awesome.
Mecca J for $2 says they turned Deathstroke into a real soy boy.
Yes.
Oh,
that
man.
too. We didn't even get into that. Yeah.
Al for $2 says my issue with this is Lois doesn't act like Lois.
She's like a teenager. That's a problem too. Yeah.
Hey, Thomas Schotter just became a YouTube member. Thanks, Thomas.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Thank you. Wait, I get a puppy video, don't I?
Yeah. What puppy level?
Oh no. Which one? Which one is that?
Go by.
Tom.
Did someone find it? I didn't see it go by when it happened.
You're a lazy puppy.
Oh, look at the puppy.
I wish Bambino put in half as much effort into freaking helping around the house as that dog. See, that dog at least is vacuuming.
Now, to be fair, that little puppy probably can't walk more than a few feet. So, anyway.
Yeah, well, if that dog walks a few feet,
tired and needs a nap.
I took Bambino. It was like 97, 98 degrees, and it was smoking hot. It just rained, and it was really humid, and he literally stopped and just stopped and was carrying me back home. I'm like, dude, we're like a mile, and I'm like, dude, we're like, I'm looking at him. I'm like, we're a mile and a half out from the house, and he's like,
I was gonna say, what does he do? Does he look up at you and go?
Yeah, he looks up and he jumps up, pick me up, and then and then I'm trying to walk and he just stops, so then it's he just literally just stops.
He killed a snake for you.
Whatever.
Aw.
Did you ever hear that story?
Did he say
Bambino put himself on the line for that?
Bambino got in a fight with a copperhead, got bit, and almost died at 3:30 in the morning. But the vet saved him, thank God.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Better him.
My version of the story is better. He saved Mikey from being bit.
No, he was in the backyard and he brought the snake in his mouth like some kind of prize.
Don't change the story. God.
Well,
maybe if you'd have taught your dog the difference.
I'm trying to tell the truth. I'm trying to tell the truth to the people here.
People don't like the truth. They want to hear Hollywood stories. They want.
Okay, Bambino versus the boa constrictor. How's that?
Yeah, that's
Mike,
better.
we can't really hear you with the windows closed.
Oh, okay. So now we got toxic man flu in on this thing.
Oh Lord.
You know what? I'm going to shimmy on up and I'm going to open that window. I will release the Mexican Iron Man.
Oh shit.
Well,
I'm sure he comes out of that suit. It smells.
Release it in the direction of a
That's right.
Of an available blonde or brunette.
There we go.
It's real easy to get him to jump out of a window. All you got to say is, "Honey, I'm home."
Hold on.
Wow, you guys are so funny today. I think I'll
Valiant, send us a member chat instead of showing up on the show. Hashtag Tom rant. Thank you for that, Valiant.
Tom doesn't rant.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like an old crazy fool. Like
Well.
an old crazy fool.
All right, so there's Doomcock level rants.
Yeah.
Which are like create warps in space-time.
Right. Thermonuclear kind of crap.
Yeah. Yeah, that kind of stuff. So
Right.
he's like a
I can get close to those.
Yeah.
Mike
Like
yeah,
Oppenheimer level.
So yeah, but Tom can get close, but not Doomcock's it's like galaxy level shit, you know.
True.
What about my rants, Tox?
Oh, here's a who wants to see me?
Your
do a
rants
culture
are like the moon.
No,
Your rants
here's a
raise
culture
a lot of
casino rant.
eyebrows.
Here's a culture
They do.
casino rant. Well, something happened, and that
Here's the
thing,
thing.
what happened, which is the thing, and humans and that thing. Now, I want to talk about that thing, but of course, our YouTube overlord people won't like us talking about that thing. And well, this thing is very controversial. And if you wait for 4 minutes for my video to start, I'll get to it in about 8 minutes.
If you started combing
these
your
are
hair
my
right now, I
friends.
thought you were culture for a moment.
Yeah.
I would have.
Oh
Hey,
my
Brian.
God.
Jesus,
Diddly diddly potato.
That was a shock,
don't
wasn't
let
it?
that guy sneak up behind you.
This is the future for culture.
Yeah.
This
You're
is
not
the
up against
future.
a fence, are you?
No.
No.
No, if I did,
I'm not.
If I did shave my head, 70s, that would be three full wigs for ladies. And
I know. Well, you could donate to me.
Or 10 merkins.
10 merkins.
No, it'd be like 30 merkins, but that's fine.
That's 30 merkin
Are
right
you
there.
proud to be an American? What is
I'll be
American?
Can you
wearing
grow me a
merkin
mullet?
Cause my veg is bald.
What is
And
American?
Oh, sorry.
I'm probably rocking like 3 mullets right now, Tom.
You know, Mike was very close, but he just didn't have the whole bologna sausage.
Oh, you're right.
That's rant. Yeah.
Well, good evening anyway.
There's
These are my
something going in
friends.
Holland. On in
Oh,
Hollywood.
Mikey knows how to rant.
hmm
Well,
Culture can rant when culture on yelling at parked cars gets riled up. So it's kind of like you got to
He
fluff
loses
culture
the
to get him
point,
to rant.
but yeah, he does
well.
rant.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he will, like many of us, he will go down a tangent that may not have anything to do with the subject we're talking about, but it is important.
You know what really pissed him off though is that Indy 5 review. Holy
Oh my God.
And he
Oh
likes to
my
use
God.
a lot of medical procedures and problems to
On a serious note,
associate.
I was
with-
like watching my screen when Culture was going into it, and I'm like, he's gonna pop a blood vessel, literally, like no joke, honest to
Mhm.
God. That rant, that when you, oh, dude,
Priapism. I would know if it wasn't for him.
Priapism. Yes.
Priapism.
I have
Definitely popping
priapism.
up
It's
like
horrible. Mrs. Flu
Priapism.
likes it, but
Yeah.
I say when if you get an erection lasting longer than 4 hours, call your friends and brag. Yeah.
That's right.
Dude,
Call your other girlfriend.
you realize the size needle they have to stick in that to drain it?
It sounds
Yeah.
like you have experience with this culture.
He does. He has quite
Holy
the problem.
shit. He went away.
He's
He
got
does
to check.
produce magic beers.
This
That's-
is just like Cypress Hill all over again.
He's tumescent, not priapic.
I did.
That's
I did,
another word
yeah,
I heard the first
yes.
time from culture.
Yeah, I know.
Messing.
Tumescent.
Tumescent.
The first word, the word that I learned from Culture Casino is mangina.
Isn't that a place in near Vietnam?
Have you ever?
Yeah,
really
it was
nice
a
that-
place that he sent me there.
No, that's what you get when you go to Vietnam and you swim in the
Oh,
water.
sorry. I mixed up.
Get mangina.
Sorry about that.
You ever seen that bit from the Mighty Boosh with the old Greg?
Yes, I've seen that. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I love those guys. Love those guys.
Toxic man flu is very calcitrant. So
Yes.
there's one for you.
Yes. I'm also
New word.
obstreperous.
y'all need to stop
Whoa.
using these fancy
Hello.
northerner words.
You're gonna make me have to Google them.
Well, cantankerous and obstreperous.
That
are
I know.
close.
I know that one.
Yeah.
A place I used to work.
every day.
When they came out with the threat levels for after 9/11 and they had the different colors,
Mhm.
I created one for a guy at our work who was always he was grumpy naturally, and then he got worse as he got more aggravated at things. So I put that color thing out and used words like upstaferous and cantankerous and
Yeah,
cranky and put that up there.
You do know that culture is an electorophobia sufferer.
So
electorophobia. He suffers from that.
electorophobia. So he's afraid of
ALEK.
electrobes in his rectum.
No, it's a fear of chickens, hens, and cocks.
Oh my God, the cock.
That's right. He is definitely afraid of that.
He is an electrophobic. Yes. ALEK. I think it's ALEK. So
I'm gonna have to do. I may have to do a
You guys
video.
better
on that.
stop.
Damn Scottish
You guys
bastard.
better stop using these big words because I'm not gonna feel safe space here.
You know, you can get toxic femininity sweatshirts at our shop. Just thought I'd let people
Where's
know
your
that.
shop?
It's at that place where we get shirts
Is it
and
at
stuff.
midnightsedge.com?
No, it's
Mixed
those
tees?
guys, the Popcast guys. Yeah, mixed tees.
Mixed tees. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Got to give people the website.
Yay!
Mixedtees.com. So I won't believe that Culture's a real YouTuber dedicated to this until Culture gets a rectal exam. Until that video comes out, he's not really dedicated.
I volunteer.
Rectal or rectum?
I volunteer Andy Masterson.
A few
Is
more
he a
weeks,
doctor?
The 6 scale version, you can do whatever you want with.
Are you a doctor, Andy?
Whoa! Holy shit! Whoa! Holy!
What? It comes with its own flashlight.
Wow!
I
Wait
said
till I get the
flashlight.
Dylan-
I don't know. Got to talk.
Wait till I get the Dylan Mulvaney figure done with the pop-on accessories.
Pop on and pop off, or
Yeah, this doesn't look like they're ever going to pop off. So I think
Mr. Potato Head.
Boy, did
God.
I don't know what the okay? Did he didn't he go off when Bud Light decided not to do any of the Pride stuff?
I don't think they did. Did they comment publicly? Valiant, do you know? You would keep up with those kind of people.
Wait, keep up with who? Pride March? What?
Yeah.
What?
They distanced themselves, and he was upset that they.
I'm getting home.
He didn't
They
get
should
any
have
support.
supported him more. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they
He didn't
did
get any
sponsor
support.
Pride
Okay.
stuff. They sponsored Pride stuff in Toronto as well. So.
They're still getting hurt.
He can still use an athletic supporter if he needs support because he's.
Oh, that's true. I learned that joke in Greece. the
May
movie.
I
Those who cannot be an athlete should be an athletic supporter. Yes.
Oh, may I never miss the thrill of being near you, Valiant Renegade.
Wow.
That after the rectal exam joke.
Thank you for the spunk noises. Well, I don't know where we are in the conversation. Hey, does anybody notice that Phoebe Waller-Bridge looks like Leah Thomas? Just saying.
Leah Thomas?
I've seen that.
I think she looks like Leo.
Yeah, you did. I
rather.
remember that.
A
Yeah.
plumber
like that.
from New Jersey.
I like that tweet. Don't you
That
remember,
snaggletooth
Valiant?
Bitch. She is ugly. I'm sorry. I'm not a good looking guy, but damn, is she ugly.
Well, no, I mean, her face is a topographical map for Everest, I believe.
It's a map.
It's a shame she doesn't look like Leah Thompson.
You know what, Valiant?
Yeah, that's what I was
That's
thinking.
Yeah.
As long as we get that Howard the Duck remake. I'm
Sorry,
really,
I'm
fingers crossed,
tired.
baby.
Somebody sent me a Howard the Duck number 6.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Somebody sent me
I don't know if you want me
Wakanda
to say their
Forever work
names.
gloves.
Why are you having Howard Duck sex? Wait, what?
Hey, do you know?
Howard the
flashlight.
Duck number 6.
No, I'm kidding. I heard what you said. It was a joke. You.
You know they have Shuri shampoo on sale for $5.79 at my Target.
Sure. Oh God.
Yeah, they
That's
Yellow
still
Flash
too
is-
much.
Yellow Flash saw he's got all the shampoos in these videos that they can't sell. Not that I ever look at shampoo. I mean, don't get me
Right.
wrong.
Well, I hear you, 70s man. I'm not far behind you, dude.
Yeah, don't look at it. That shelf, it's a mystery to me.
Turtle Wax just came out with a shampoo for what's her face, Will Smith's wife.
Oh, Jada.
Yeah.
Jada Pinkett Shellhead. Yes.
I think Valiant's
Keep
got
my wife's shampoo out your mouth.
Well, Valiant, you've got a pretty good head of hair. What are you saying?
Oh hell, I did 20 years ago before I got married and had kids.
All right, so you pulled it out or they pulled it out?
Well, there's a reason.
No, it just fell out. Now I gotta hide behind
got
this
here.
stuff.
Yeah, that's how the kids got there.
Valiant rocks a hat for a reason.
He does, but he rocks it anyway. It looks good.
Yeah. Oh no, I mean it's what he's got the Friar Tuck look.
Valiant just looked like 1993.
That you know what? They can redo Robin
I
Hood.
liked
and,
1993.
And
Look at that
Dylan
shit, does
Mulvaney
he not?
could be Friar Tuck.
He does.
Wait, you know what? There's an 80s comedy.
That was every kid in the 1993
Yeah, I'm
ad.
doing this for the show. I had to come on and do something.
Do the
goofy.
rock and roll hands and stick your tongue out. Be like, ah, and you look just like every ad from the 90s.
Is that Dee Snider? I saw that look on the Schmitz
I
gay
wish
beer
I
ad.
had Dee Snider's hair. I figured to do something funny for the show. So
You are, you know.
That was pretty funny.
You're still
Why am I
pretty.
in the
We give
middle?
you a hard time, but you're still. Pretty.
Oh, 92. I'm so sorry. People are saying in the chat more 92.
Imagine you getting that wrong. Isn't that that's terrible?
I know. I'm
One
like a
year
specialist.
1 year out,
back
30
to
years
normal.
ago, and you got it wrong. Terrible.
Oh man, he went back to the forward-facing.
It's like
thing.
Superman. I don't recognize him anymore. Who is that other guy?
yeah, but that the thing with the sunglasses and the rocker hand, that's gonna be clipped. That's gonna be all over Twitter by 5 minutes from now.
Awesome.
So
Yeah,
like
but you know
catch
what?
the
The only-
wave and do
only
the do and
The only people that'll think badly about you is all your new mainstream media friends now, bro. So.
That's fine.
Well, that's right. In the
oh,
green room
memers!
at
Don't
Fox,
forget everything in the 90s was extreme.
Yeah,
Extreme.
including the band Extreme.
Extreme,
Yes.
except for
They were the most-
Extreme, they were really
Yeah,
lame.
well, they had one good song.
They did have that one song, yeah.
Letters
from
of
Living
Love.
Dead.
To give from you.
The only thing I remember of that song is the Weird Al parody.
Yeah. It's a shame. because
Culture
they had
looks
some good
like
songs.
he was in
John Lennon.
one of the Neo movies.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try.
Imagine there's no hair.
I know,
It's
you know when I know there
hairpiece.
was no heaven is the moment that I saw Yoko naked. Like
Culture
God
was the
couldn't
fifth
exist.
Ruddle.
Yeah. Culture's practicing the hairpiece.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it herpes? One or the other.
Helipiece? I have a
Yeah.
helipiece.
Hairpiece.
You farging
What's that
ice
hairstyle
holes.
called, Carl?
Johnny Dangerously,
Farging-
1984.
You farging ice holes.
You
Oh, that was
farging ice holes.
still one of the best movies ever.
Ever.
Johnny Dangerously.
It's an
Man.
88 Magnum. It shoots through schools. I love that one.
My mom
Joe
hooked me
Piscopo
on
was
a
fun.
hook once.
Once.
I swing both ways. Yeah, that was Johnny's mom. Kept doing all the laundry. That movie was so funny. And that's why 1984. Better than 1982.
No,
Yes.
no.
1983 was the best.
Okay, guys, we're going to have a series of videos, shows, whatever you want to call them, where we are going to argue 82 versus 84. And the reason it's a series of shows is because there were so many films released those 2 years. It's hours.
Why has everyone got a phobia against odd numbered years? They always go for the even numbers.
Because for some reason in the 80s, they were really
Odd
kind of
number
weird
years were bad.
They were weird years, yeah.
And they didn't have Olympics in them, which is the other problem.
Yeah, 81 was kind of odd. 83, we had a lot of 3D movies. It was really bad.
Okay, I'm confused. You weren't even born yet, Tom. How do you even know?
1980, I was born.
Right, and you were a year or two old,
I
and
remember this
you're
shit.
like appreciating cinema.
That's why he
I
prefers
remember
84.
shit. Like movies were
remember
my
it.
life for
Remember
a long time.
shit
Like
from the 80s.
people don't understand. Like to me, it was like I was like, life is happening. Da 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 da. Then all of a sudden, my mom turns on the TV and there's Superman in live action with Superman 2.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't move for like 2.5 hours. I was just entranced. Same
I
thing.
thought you were
happened
going to
with
say I didn't move for 2.5 decades.
yeah, pretty much. Actually, that's the truth. I have not moved for like 4.5 decades. No, and then same thing happened when my dad said, "Oh, sit down here, watch this," and then he put it on the TV and it's "I Love Lucy," and it's like I don't want to watch fucking "I Love Lucy." What the hell is this? And all of a sudden, Masters of the Universe comes on for the first time. I'm just like, "Oh shit," and it blew my little mind. I was crazy, just. So ever since then, I was into movies and television and having the toys and figures, all the stuff I do now for a living. So it was just always important to me as a kid, and
Yeah, so I started watching films was late 70s. and all that stuff in the 80s. And all that from there.
Kids. You're just kids.
Home video. I was a home
going
video
I went
kid,
to the
right?
cinema in the 60s.
I grew up with home video as like the big thing. Like I remember
Chitty, chitty,
VCRs
bang,
being a
bang
huge
was the
deal.
first
Triple
one
X
I
theaters
remember.
don't count.
Wait, hold on, 70s. I did plenty of banging when I was a youth.
Yes, but
Yes,
did you
you
bang
did.
the chitty?
I don't even know what
Was it in the chitty?
What?
Well,
Back in the day
He
when
went
Mexican
bang,
Iron
bang in
Man was
the chitty,
banging
all
everything and the sheep were scared.
Bed knobs and broomsticks.
Yes.
Another one.
Angela Lansbury.
Angela Lansbury, yeah. Yeah.
That was back before she had wrinkles. That was a long time ago.
Now culture's wearing 3D glasses for some reason.
You know, Angela Lansbury is the worst serial killer of all times. When she was in that show Murder, She Wrote, everywhere she went, somebody died.
She's worse than Charles Bronson.
She is. She is.
Like, you know, Charles Bronson, if you know him or piss him off, you're going to die one way or the other. It's the same thing. with
Never
him.
befriend him, never walk past him.
She's committing these murders so she can write the books. Did no one ever think of that?
They should have put her in the Death Wish movies. That would have been good.
Oh, that would have been great.
Right?
What about the guy we were supposed to keep an eye on, a sparrow on? Because he like literally killed people.
Huh?
Wait,
Robert
what?
Blake.
Yeah.
Beretta.
Yeah.
Beretta. Oh, yeah, he did.
That's what I said.
Beretta. Da-da-da. That's the SWAT thing.
Chim chimney, chim.
Before he died, he was working on that book. If I could-
Well,
Oh, that's
Culture
right,
has
he
a
was.
show starting soon, and I've got a lot
Yeah.
of watching of Mission Impossible to do.
I got to go to bed.
I got
Very short show
My
tonight.
show doesn't start for a full 20 minutes, and I don't know what we're going to talk about, but I know it's not going to be 4 hours long.
It's going to be half an hour long tonight.
That's right.
Guaranteed.
Action Com says Mexican Iron Man is defenstrophobic.
Aren't we all?
Wow.
And
Yeah,
what does
I'm
that
not
mean?
a fan of the defense.
I don't know, look it up.
Is he ovinophobic though? Ovinophobic. I'm not. I'm not ovinophobic.
Mercenary
Quite the
X21 for $5 says, at least you guys rant better and more enjoyable than someone else I know. At least it is way more fun than people getting pissed off on the sound of
Oh, Culture does that all the time.
What happened now?
You should hear Culture backstage. And he's like Bob Saget live.
God, I wish.
Yeah, that's what he is.
I wish that was true. The guy, he was so funny, Blue. One of the
He
funniest
was a
blue comedians ever.
comedian. Oh,
Yeah,
man, was he
one of the-
dirty.
Oh, he was. He just, I mean, and again, I mean, you wouldn't think that I would appreciate things like that because I try to leave that out of my vocabulary. But dude was amazing at his craft. He was one of the best.
What do you try to leave out of your vocabulary?
Words, thoughts?
What words
Words
are
like
those?
nipple, nipple erection,
Wiener.
wiener.
Fluffer.
Oh,
Fluffer nutter.
I thought he was going to say
lubricant.
poof. Oh, you got to go with poof.
Poofed
Well,
up.
not in Britain. You shouldn't say that. That's
Well, that's my point. I want to bring that word back. We're bringing back poof.
Yeah, as in it just went.
Poof,
the
Barbie.
explosion went poof. Like
hey, Valiant, you're
Yes.
a ponce.
Oh, there's
you
a
what?
classic.
You're a ponce.
A Ponce.
Ponce,
That's a
oh.
classic.
Is he a Ponce de lean on?
Ponce. Yeah, I was about to
He's
say
a-
Ponce de Leon joke. Here we go. Yes, I am eternally youth. Yeah.
No.
Eternally youthed? The two youths.
Who
The
you?
two youths. What do you say, youths?
Utes.
Such a great film.
Oh, like you blend in.
Where's my 4K copy of My Cousin Vinny? Okay, good night, folks.
Collection,
God,
right?
Right? No
Like,
shit. Get
isn't
on
that-
it, Disney.
Yeah, I mean, they suck at 4K release. I swear to, they own more. They own
Name
more
something Disney's competent at.
Does anybody have a blank?
Oh, I
piece
know
of
one.
paper?
I know
I
one.
know one. I've got one. But
I know
you
one.
first, Mikey.
Okay, mine is that I just saw an article that they're going to have the largest ever in the history of the planet LGBTQ park celebration of anywhere on the planet. They're going to have the largest event ever and the largest convention.
Oh, in September. Oh, yeah. We did a video on that like 4 or 5 months ago. Oh, yeah. Yeah, as soon as they booked it. Yeah, that's what's coming.
Park
No
would
pun
say
intended.
that-
down?
I would say Disney are exceptionally good at destroying shareholder value.
Okay, well, they
Oh,
are.
that's good. That is
They are
very
the
good.
best at
I
that.
tell you what,
Disney is exceptionally good at licensing things like Bluey that are their biggest shows by far on
They
their
are.
$13 billion in the shitter streaming service.
15. 15. You keep saying 13. Their content hole is enormous, dude.
Well, 13 as of the last earnings
Well,
call.
then.
I'm just going by fiscal history. I know it's more than that now, but we're getting there.
What about
Is
their
it like
bonus?
August 9th.
Madonna-sized?
What about their bonus content hole?
Wow.
Oh, the bonus hole. I forgot about that, 70s.
The bonus notches hole.
God.
Now it always comes back to Mexico, doesn't it? Thank you.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah,
Well,
according-
the Tijuana donkey has to go somewhere.
Yeah, that's a nice Havana omelet, folks.
No, what? No.
If Mikey puts a notch on his bedpost for every MILF he sleeps with, does he end up getting bonus notches after a certain point?
No. He puts the notches in the windowsill.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Oh, my God. I even got Mike to laugh at that one. Jesus.
Well, that's an original one. I haven't heard that one yet before from anyone. That's a good one. That's a good one.
What was it you said that time? The woman yelled, "Oh my God, it's my husband. Use the back door." And he said, "I probably should have left, but you don't get that opportunity too often."
I thought he was going to say, but I just did.
That's right. Does
You know what?
does that mean Mikey's going to star in the Hitchcock remake Rear Entrance?
Okay, you know what? Okay, you know what? I'm not talking to this guy anymore. I'm not talking to the sound effects guy anymore. Where's he at? He's over here. I'm not talking to this guy anymore. I'm not. Well, this guy, he's pretty funny, so I'll keep talking.
The Toxic Man was okay.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, God.
That was. Oh, gosh.
I'm not. Well, he makes.
Andy, you better talk to Andy. He's in better shape than any of the rest.
And I'm not going to talk to Brian Renegade until next Sunday, or unless he texts me first.
Wow, that was
we were just texting 10 minutes ago.
that was very elubriant, and I was not prepared for it.
I'm sorry.
You
What
guys better
about,
stop using these.
stop
fancy,
saying lubricant.
Stop using these fancy.
Lubricant.
Y'all need to stop using these
It's
fancy
a
white
slippery
people
slope.
words. Fancy white people words.
It's a slippery slope.
I'm calling culture
It's not
boss.
fancy white people words. It's
No, don't
English.
call culture boss. No, don't call culture boss.
Oh, wait, did I just find his weak spot?
Don't.
Whatever you want, I will
She
tell
is-
Mrs. Flew to text it. Do
She-
culture boss.
Also, don't do that. No, she is happy right now. She's out in the greenhouses. Leave her alone.
She doesn't know that culture's streaming yet again.
The greenhouses. What, do you live at fucking Hogwarts? What is this?
He's in his post-apocalyptic garden where he's growing.
Not only that, it's plural.
Plural. He's got more than one.
Is she conferring with, Madame Pomfrey out there? Or,
He's Hagrid's shorter cousin, Weavegrid.
I bet he's got an arboretum.
I don't even know a Harry Potter, and that's funny. What are you saying, Brian?
He's probably got one of those arboretrums.
Arboretum?
That's it, yes. You see, I'm not clever enough to know.
I don't know what these things
I
are.
bet you've got one though, haven't you?
Mercenary X21 sends in $5, says, at least you guys rant better and more enjoyable than someone else I know. At least it is a way more fun than people getting pissed off on the sound of, oh, I know exactly who Mercenary's talking about.
I don't
think you
A
should talk about
red-haired
comics
land
division
whale.
like that.
I
know.
already read that super chat.
Yeah.
Well, I just did it again.
All right.
Oops. I did it again.
Mecha Jake, why are you doing this to
I
us?
played with your...
Because I know exactly what Tom's going to do with this.
Oh man, this is 10 minutes.
Mega J, have you seen the new
Great.
clip from
No.
TMNT movie?
Do not know.
No,
no, we're not playing
No,
this.
no,
No.
no.
No, Tom.
Mutant Mayhem.
Yeah,
No,
this will be
Tom,
the last
Tom, we're
time I
not
show up
doing
on this show.
We're not doing this. Tom, you have 47 Mission Impossible movies to watch in 24 hours.
I think it's going to be one of the worst things that's ever hit entertainment. Next.
I have 12 minutes until my
I
show
can't
starts.
find this thing anyway. You're
Good.
lucky.
And next super chat.
Oh, thank
All
God.
right, what do we got left? I think that's the last one, actually.
It is.
All right.
Oh, thanks, Mecha J. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Culture's the only guy on YouTube that he's always 12 minutes out from a live show.
Yep.
That's very true.
Might be true.
And then he's constantly tired. So I told him, I said, why are you on all these damn live shows? And
He's also
you
the
think
only-
people want
yeah.
to see you that much?
He's the only man who's constantly just about to end the live show.
I don't know which one it
Never
is. I can't
does.
find it.
I like
Race
this.
specialist, tag me
Thursday
Twitter, and I'll
show,
send it to you.
Culture spent 5 minutes explaining that he was on WDW Pro's show that morning before he made his point.
Right.
Did he make a point? In
Yes.
the end,
And then he-
no,
and then-
he forgot what the point was. Because by the time we got into that, I made some joke and threw him off, and then it was, of course, my fault.
Would his Native American name
All right, let's all-
be Broken Pencil? Would that be his?
Let's all vote on this panel. Okay, we're gonna. Everybody gets to vote as to whether or not yes or no. Culture live streams more than anybody else we know. Valiant.
Culture's on 2 other live shows right fucking now.
There you go. That's 1-0. I vote yes. That's 2-0. Tom, you don't count because you're his hetero life mate.
That's true.
Brian.
Well, Culture has invented the multiverse specifically so he can stream on multiple streams at the same time. He went out of his way to do the research and invent it. However, I do think there is one other consummate YouTuber that is on more live streams, and that would be Mikey.
What? No, that's not this. Stop. You stop writing in your own ballot. Now, Andy, do you agree or not? We're 3-0 right now.
There's no rules.
Culture live streams for more hours than there are in a day.
That's 4. All right, Tom, I'll let you vote, even though I think you're going to vote for
abstained.
Culture. Tom.
I stream more than anybody anyway.
Okay, besides you don't get to count yourself because we're voting on Culture, so you're excluded.
Culture.
Yeah.
The selection's
5.
rigged like
Toxic?
I won't say that. So the reason I called him Weave Grid, like for Hagrid and stuff, is because he uses the time turner from Hermione to go back in time to be able to stream on shows that have already happened.
Yes.
Yes. Like Time Cop. He's going to be
'Cause
the
I
John
saw
Van Damme.
I saw a Valiant Renegade show, live show, a couple of days ago. Culture not on it. I go back and watch it again. Culture just appears out of nowhere on the
Did he have
show.
Was there a wobbly effect and then he suddenly appeared?
He just kind of bam. He just came in there and it's stuff like that. And I was like, wow. He came
How
out.
does he do this without weed?
I don't know.
See, there it is, right there.
He's found
That is Culture.
Traveling
Just
in
before
time.
he appeared out of nowhere on Valiant Renegade.
That's I'm sorry. I thought that was DC Studios CGI.
Maybe it was that good.
As long as I can remember, I was a Ninja Turtles fan.
No.
Bringing to life these characters for a new generation. The cast is really funny.
It's nice, right?
Lady Noon is Raphael.
I dream about fighting every night.
We got Mike Abbey as Donatello.
You're fine. Chill.
Nicholas Cantu is Leonardo.
We're really sorry, Splinter. Some of the guys
These guys are fucking kids.
Well, first of all,
wanted
none
to
of
get
them
pizza
are
and I tried
green.
to.
There's a word for that.
None of them are green.
I wait, Tom. No,
wait a
seriously.
minute. Holy
I can tell you why they cast. I can tell you why they cast this young is because they actually think that they can build multiple sequels off of this, so they want to get kids that are 12
I heard him
right
say
now.
something about Shredder being in the sequel. I'm like, it's so cute. You think you're getting a sequel?
Talk him out of it.
So
Jamon
look
Brown
at these
Jr.
guys.
is Michelangelo.
Why did we pick a fruit shaped exactly like my head?
Would record
That
the
sounds
kids
nothing
at
like
once.
Mikey.
The personalities of the characters came from the chemistry they had with each other.
Who ratted us out?
Don't use that word that way.
I mean, it's 20.
Splinter's the oldest kid in the cast. He's 16.
Was that a watermelon?
No, I just made that up.
Oh, okay.
Was
So
that a
look at this
watermelon?
animation.
Yeah, it was
All
a
right.
watermelon.
That's
That
a
looks
bit-
like a glob of Play-Doh. All right, that has been shaped into a turtle.
Yeah, that
Okay,
looks like Gumby
they're
on a hot
they're
day.
going
It
after
actually looks
the.
like a storyboard that's animated.
Does it not look like reminiscent of the Miles Morales stuff?
Yes,
Because-
it's supposed to be like Spider-Verse.
Yeah,
yes.
this is like, and again, this is what they're going for. Like, oh, the stupid kids like this crap.
No,
Let's
they
give them
don't.
more crap.
No, they like good stories. Okay,
No,
all right.
no, I know that, but that's why they're doing. I'm talking about just the animation
Oh,
style, strictly
Valiant,
the animation style.
Valiant, you are not wrong. You were 100% right. But it's just, I hate this animation style.
I do
Hate it.
too. I
I
think
do
it's
too.
shit. It's absolute shit. It's
Sorry, Dad.
Jackie Chan as Splinter. He's incredible.
Anytime you need more, call me.
And Io Adebari plays April O'Neil.
This is insane. Turtle Mutant Karate Team.
I'm excited to
That
lean
is
into the
not
mutant
April
element.
O'Neil. That is not April O'Neil. And look, as much as I adore Jackie Chan, I have so many like 80s, 70s Jackie Chan films on physical media. It's not funny. But I'm going to tell you what. Splinter is fucking Japanese.
Yes.
Where was Hiroyuki Sanada? Was Hiroyuki Sanada? They couldn't even get him. They could not get a Japanese actor to actually do Splinter.
Well, they all those Asians appear the same to Seth Rogen, I'm sure.
I guess.
Of it.
We had the designs and then wrote the personalities of the characters to who was cast.
6 in the morning, police at my door.
Ice Cube is Superfly.
Saw some little tortoises, huh?
Me and John Cena are Bebop and Rocksteady.
What you looking at,
Yeah,
punk?
bro, what you looking at? Mondo Gecko is played by Paul Rudd.
People's they got to go.
Post Malone is Ray Fillet. Rose Byrne plays Leatherhead.
Oh, good night, fellas.
Giancarlo Esposito
Why?
plays Baxter Stockman. Natasha Demetrio plays Wingnut. Hannibal Buress plays Genghis Frog. Maya Rudolph. Cynthia Utram. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a comedic action movie.
Cynthia Utram, so they're not even going to have Krang, probably. And or a female Krang, basically.
Isn't that a who's who of actors that need a voiceover gig to keep their SAG card?
Yeah, that, and yes, they have like fucking.
Okay.
Okay,
I got a lot of respect for anybody that says, no, I'm not doing this film because you're going to force me to do something I don't want to do. So he's the only one on there. I thought, okay, I think that's cool.
I have all of the original TMNT cartoon series from the 90s on physical media, and my son, Renegade Jr., has watched them all 3 times.
Is he going to watch this?
Nope.
Yeah.
No self-respecting turtle fan's gonna watch this. So, yeah.
Well, maybe they're just trying to get, as you say, they're just trying to get something new, something started, some kind of toehold, and they can't think of anything on their own. So they're gonna,
Speaking of that,
this guy's an
Culture
idiot.
has to get his show started.
Yeah, I have to go, and I just want to mention that it looks like Movie Palette is actually sponsoring this film. So, based on the art behind it.
Culture's show already started. He's already over there.
Do you think there are people who will accept us?
No, absolutely not.
Wait,
genuinely,
I'm sorry.
no.
Was a turtle twerking? Was a turtle
Somebody
twerking?
fucking shoot me now. This isn't even the sus one, to be honest
That's-
with you.
I gotta bow out. I gotta go to bed.
All right, we got to get rolling here
I do
anyway.
too.
We got Irate Specialist who made us play it. I
Husband's
don't know
at
if
the
that
door.
wasn't the
Mike's
right
gotta
one,
go.
but thank you. Big Daddy MRI says you guys need to eschew obfuscation. Doing your
Correct.
big words are going to get me in trouble. Mercenary X21 says Lansbury, that woman was bigger kill count. Has a big. It's true. Bigger
That's
kill
true,
count
yeah.
than Bronson with a wildly. The only ones that rivals her is Chuck Norris or Mr. Rogers.
True. Mr. Rogers in Vietnam
True.
killed about 5,000 people
500,000.
Watching Murder, She Wrote with my dad. Here's a tip, audience. You probably never heard me tell the story. Watching Murder, She Wrote with my dad is what got me into understanding Hollywood special effects. My dad was a big nut for that kind of stuff because I asked my dad a question one night. I was probably about 7 years old. And my question to my dad was, how do they keep finding all these people volunteering to die on these television shows to make these? No, I'm serious. That was I was like 6 or 7 years old. I didn't understand it.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that's when my dad brought me into the Hollywood conversation of special effects and how things worked, and that's what got me into this.
My dad handed me a wrench and told me to change the brakes.
I must admit, I'd have a lot more respect for the acting profession if they actually did have to die when they did it. Because then it would seem like they
committed.
were doing something with commitment.
They're actually committed to it.
The
Oh
method.
shit!
Hey,
Alec
that's
Baldwin
why
made
Alec
sure of it, but
Baldwin-
it wasn't an actor.
Yeah,
you know?
this is Alec Baldwin really sold it then.
Yeah, the method taken to its extreme.
Ooh. Mercenary X21 says Razor Fist is pissed about this one. Really pissed. Oh, I can see why. I can see why.
You do want to talk
As
about
I am
rants.
too. That's kind of where I'm getting to the point where I'm just like, oh, okay, we're done. That just pissed
Rogan
me
is
off.
poison.
I just,
He really
yeah.
is poison.
Yeah, at this point, I'm say a prayer, and I do meditate on a daily basis, and I'm saying a prayer and meditating that
I don't know what
they
the hell
don't
you're
put this
seeing,
stuff out.
Monkey Jeebus. I ain't seeing it. This thing looks like a piece of turd shit. It's gonna make Masters of the Universe Revelations look
What's
like
the actual
fucking
release date? Is it August?
a masterpiece.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
the
do you-
middle of
do
the
you
butt
think-
end of fucking.
Is it a
summer,
film?
Actually. Yeah, it's a cartoon movie. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
But
in theaters.
Do you think
It's in
kids
theaters, okay.
might like it though? I mean, let's say you're 8 years old.
Well, that's what
I
they're
don't
counting
know.
on, 70s. They're counting on the fact that it visually looks, the animation style is akin
'Cause they don't
to Spider-Man No Way, or excuse me, Miles Morales Spider-Verse, whatever.
Mhm.
So they're hoping that everybody that's driven Spider-Verse to approaching 700 million worldwide is going to glom into this thing, even if just halfway, if it pulls
Is
to
700 million
350.
enough for it to have made money?
For Spider-Verse? Oh my God! Oh yeah, it made money hundreds of millions ago.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
But-
they don't have to spend as much to make this kind of animation.
That was
as
a
they do.
$100 million production budget. Sony probably spent maybe another $100 million marketing it, and then they have the big multi-year $billion+ deal with Netflix. So
That they have on
Spider-
there.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes. I mean, Sony
Even
make
with
money.
they're not getting in the full box office, right? Because that's there. So even with that, yeah,
So,
they're probably
yeah,
making money. Yeah.
Sony's making a ton of money on this movie. I mean, put it this way: when you consider the last 6 or 7 Walt Disney Company releases, Sony's going to make orders of magnitude more money on this one film that Disney has on their last 7.
Wow.
Vertical Horizons, you're not wrong, because at least with Spider-Verse, I'm not as emotionally involved.
I think this will be a good movie to litmus test to see if their strategy's working or not. I mean, if you
Well,
get
it's a bold
another movie,
strategy, Cotton.
yeah. Usually, you have to pay double for that, Cotton.
Yeah.
God, I love that movie, Dodgeball.
This
you can
is
dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
All right, good night, guys. Bye.
All right,
Bye.
take care of yourselves. Head on over to Culture Stream here.
Take care.
He's going
gang.
live. See you guys on the next
Well.
show.
Bye.
Good night. Bye.
Yay! I want to say, we are deeply sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry. Sorry. We're sorry.
Ezra gonna fuck that
We're
dog.
sorry.